Psychology's professional ethics codes were not written in the abstract. They were built, revision after revision, largely in direct response to specific documented harms, unethical experiments, exploitative research on vulnerable populations, and violations of trust that forced the field to confront hard questions about its own conduct. Understanding this history explains why today's ethics rules look exactly the way they do. The American Psychological Association was founded in 1892 by G. Stanley Hall, one of the founders of American developmental psychology and the first president of Clark University, with an original membership of just 26 psychologists, reflecting how young and small the discipline of psychology was as a distinct professional field at that time. The organization has since grown into one of the largest professional and scientific organizations in psychology worldwide, with well over 100,000 members spanning research, clinical practice, education, and numerous specialized subfields. From early in its history, the APA has encompassed both academic research psychologists and clinical practitioners providing direct mental health services, a dual membership base that has periodically produced internal tension over organizational priorities, funding allocation, and public representation of the field, occasionally leading some research-focused psychologists to form separate organizations, including the Association for Psychological Science, founded in 1988, specifically to prioritize psychological sciences research mission distinct from the APA's broader practitioner-inclusive scope. A significant and damaging episode in the APA's ethical history emerged when the 2015 independently commissioned Hoffman Report revealed that senior APA officials had secretly coordinated with the United States Department of Defense to ensure the organization's ethical guidelines would not restrict psychologists from participating in national security interrogations that critics, including many APA members, characterized as torture. This revelation led to significant internal reform, official public apology, and revised ethical guidelines explicitly prohibiting psychologist participation in national security interrogations involving these disputed techniques. While the infamous Tuskegee syphilis study was conducted by physicians rather than psychologists, its revelation in 1972, decades of deliberately withholding treatment from Black men with syphilis without their informed consent, profoundly shaped research ethics standards across all behavioral and biomedical sciences, including psychology, directly contributing to the 1979 Belmont Report's foundational ethical principles of respect for persons, beneficence, and justice, which now underlie all modern institutional review board requirements governing psychological research involving human participants. The current APA Ethical Principles of Psychologists and Code of Conduct is organized around 5 broad aspirational principles intended to guide professional judgment beyond the specific enforceable standards, beneficence and non-maleficence, requiring psychologists to benefit those they work with and do no harm, fidelity and responsibility, requiring trustworthy professional relationships, integrity, requiring honesty in psychologists' professional roles, justice, requiring fair and equitable treatment and access, and respect for people's rights and dignity, requiring recognition of autonomy, privacy, and cultural diversity. Beyond its aspirational principles, the APA Ethics Code includes specific, directly enforceable standards covering concrete professional situations, including detailed informed consent requirements before both research participation and clinical treatment, strict confidentiality protections for client and research participant information with narrowly defined exceptions such as imminent danger to self or others, and clear prohibitions on multiple or dual relationships, such as a therapist also serving as a close friend or business partner to a client, which could compromise professional judgment or exploit the inherent power imbalance in the therapeutic relationship. The APA's Ethics Code and the broader history of psychological ethics were built substantially through hard, sometimes painful lessons learned from specific documented failures, from Tuskegee to the interrogation scandal, rather than purely from abstract philosophical reasoning. Understanding this history reveals why each specific ethical rule exists and why ongoing vigilance, not just written policy, remains essential to the field's integrity.